and I didn't know what coat to put on, because 1 minute it's overcast and then it's not, and then it's red hot. So I've had to change because it's red hot, so I can move out of here now because it's really warm in here, and go in the garden and finish off carry on with my drawing, go and sit in the garden, catch the sun rays and chill out. I hope that's what you're all really doing on a Sunday anyway. And I've just had to make myself a drink and put it in this, because I don't know if where you're all from, but in my area at the minute, the dandelions puffer things, I call them fairies, the little seeds that float about. We cut the grass yesterday, they were flying everywhere, but they're everywhere. I'm going to sneeze in a minute as well because I've got hay fever. They're in this house, they're flying around in the air everywhere. And as I've just been to Morrison's, they were all collected behind the door, and they're in Morrison's flying everywhere. And everyone's going, oh God, they're everywhere. So the dandelion seeds are everywhere. But it does make it look magical. But if I take a brew outside, they're getting stuck in my brew. So I've had to use my camping cup with the lid on, so they can't land in my brew when I'm sat in the garden arting. The only thing I wanted to come on for, which I don't normally talk about these things, is I've just tried the Root spray for brown hair, because you can't tell now, and I don't even think you can tell on my camera anyway because it's rubbish, but I have got a lot of silvers in my hair, not at the minute because I've just used this, but I just want to say to women, I love my silvers, but when I was shopping I was just like, I wonder what it'd look like if it was all brown with no silvers in, even though I'm wanting to grow my silvers out, because I'm not really into dyeing my hair, because I've dyed my hair since I was 16, 17, and over the years, and I've wrecked it bleaching and all sorts of things. So since I've had my dreadlocks out, it's just had no colour on it. So my silvers are there. I'd like to grow my silvers out because I know it's a process in itself, but I was just thinking, oh, I wonder what it looked like without them, but I don't really want to put a dye on it. So I thought I'd try this just to see, even though it wasn't cheap, but it was one of the cheaper versions. Well, I have just laughed. I've laughed, and I still don't know, because like I said, you can't really tell. It might not look that much difference. I've just put it on my roots just to see, because it washes out. It says spray from this height, do this and do that, and it was on my face. I think I had more freckles on my face from this than the wrist freckles on my face, but it did cover them, and I thought, I can't, yeah, it looks nice all brown, but oh, I think I missed my silvers. But like I said, you can wash it out. So I was just testing, because I've got a pink hair dye I thought might go on and it might just pick up on the silvers, but then my hair's still got a lot of brown in it. It's not like it's fully silver or anything. So I was just laughing at myself and having fun messing around just to see, because it washes out. But literally, women, this sprayed on my forehead. There was bits here, it's probably still on my face now. I was laughing because I was like, what is this? Obviously, I think you've got to wait for it to dry, touch your hair, it's all over your fingers. So I had to laugh at that. And really, I thought, yeah, it's probably good if you want to feel like that on some days, but I did miss my silvers. Then I'm thinking, I do quite like the dark again, because my hair is dark brown. But then I thought, ooh, what about doing the back and having a Malin streak at the front? Because I've always been like that with my hair, testing and messing around with things. And the only reason I didn't want to dye it is because, one, I know there's chemicals in hair dyes. It has been a lot healthier since I've not dyed it. I do like my silvers. You know, we are programmed to dye our hair, and silver looks old on people, but it actually doesn't when you grow it all out. And the people that I follow on Instagram, places like that, absolutely inspiring, look absolutely beautiful. You just got to get through that funny process. It's a bit like when you cut your hair short, which I know about because I've had it really short, and you're trying to grow it out. And especially when you've had one that's asymmetrical and you're trying to grow it out because it's different lengths, you just have to go through the process, which I have. So I still want to go through the process of that. But I guess that's good sometimes if you're just wanting to change it up a little bit. But it was just on the spur of the moment, and I thought I'd try it, and then I thought it was funny because it was awful. And it feels dry, so I'm washing my hair later on anyway, so it doesn't really matter. And also I treated myself to some pink nail varnish, which I'm about to put on in the garden and dry. No, you can't see the colour on here because the colour on here is rubbish, but it's a very lovely bright pink called From Here to Eternity. And it's an OPI one because they do last quite long and they're quite big bottles. And tonight I found some face masks, so I'm going to be doing that because it's Sunday Soul Day. And ladies, we like to look after ourselves, there's nothing wrong with it, you know. I've done chats on that before. especially in the spiritual community, a lot of people think that, you know, you shouldn't wear makeup, it's all about, oh, being natural. Sometimes there's not really that much that is natural these days, but, you know, that doesn't stop somebody shining the light from the inside of what this looks like, or what you decide to do with your hair, or you wear makeup or you don't wear makeup, or whatever it is. That's always made me laugh. And sometimes I think when you do go down the spiritual route, you think you have to be that way. I even went a bit like that. You think you have to be a certain way, or not wear makeup, or not do the things you like to do before. That's rubbish. Women especially were divine beings, were feminine, we're meant to, you know, you're meant to want to, not that you have to, but there's nothing wrong with wanting to adorn yourself, wanting to make yourself look nice, not for the people, it's for yourself, because it's a feel-good factor. And it's that thing again of feeling, that's what we all go off, whatever makes you feel happy is what you do. It's when people are pointing fingers about it, I think it's ridiculous. Because if that doesn't make you happy, then don't do it. But, you know, I say big up to the feminine, divine energy. There's nothing wrong with it's self-care as well, having self-care, you know, doing a bit on that, making you feel feminine. I feel more feminine when I've got my nails painted. I hate not having my nails painted. The last job I had, I felt very, it was weird, I just felt very unfeminine because my nails were getting wrecked. I know it's not like, oh, I was breaking my nails. It was just like, oh, I just felt grubby all the time. I literally did look like a bag woman when I came home, which was fine, and I wasn't bothered, but it wasn't me. If anyone gets it, it wasn't me. It wasn't like, it just wasn't me. It was not me at all. It might sound a bit daft to people, but it just wasn't me. So I'm going to put some pink nail varnish on, because colour is a frequency and colour is healing as well. I'm putting a lovely pink on, healing colour, loving colour, self-love colour, heart chakra as well as green. So I'll be doing that in the garden while I'm drawing. Yeah, so I do like my dark hair today. You might not be able to tell, but I can, because like I said, my camera is naff. And it might not even, it picks up on my silver sometimes it doesn't. But ladies, that was a joke. That was hilarious. I had to laugh at that. What's my summer top just never stays off my shoulders. They're weird, these tops. Yeah, it was bonkers. But like I said, I picked it up just to see, because I thought I don't want to put a permanent on, because it's like, you know, I've done henna before and stuff like that. The only thing I don't like about henna is you've got to be careful sometimes if you're dyeing it after henna, and it always leaves like a reddish tinge that I've never liked. But yeah, it was just like seeing my past self when I was a bit darker haired with my silvers in now. But I do love my silvers, but I'm like, that was just messy. I don't know if anyone else has used these, but I just saw it and thought, I'm going to try this root spray. Like I said, it's not because I'm going to do it, if I did or I didn't. I was just testing it out. The point was that I sprayed it, it was all over my face. And I was laughing because I was like, what is this stuff? Did I get anything else? No. So I'm just having a lovely me couple of hours, because they were playing tennis. I'm going to go and sit in the garden and catch the sun while I'm drawing. So catch the sun and draw and get my picture coloured in, because I'm doing a bit of colour in the background. Don't think it'll pick up on here. Don't think it is at all. Moving my stuff outside in the sun, get a blanket on the grass, sit out there, and that's what I'll be doing all day today till later on, is just arting in the garden, chilling out, listening to the birds outside, probably getting attacked off all the dandelion fairies out there, as I call them. And yeah, just chilling out. But let me know if anyone else has used these things, because they're like I said, I haven't dyed my hair for ages, and that was the whole thing of not doing it as well. I don't even like the process anymore. I used to, I don't, and I think if I ever did decide to do it, whatever, I'm sure, don't know if there's any ladies out there who have silver hair, I would be doing it every 2 weeks. That's not a thing I really want to be doing, not really. But I guess it's a nice thing while you're going through a transition, if you wanted to go out and you wanted it looking darker, or you're going through that funny stage. But the only thing I know, if I ever started dyeing my hair again and then wanted to grow the silvers out, the more you dye it in the build-up you get, and that's what I don't like, the build-up, and that's what I'd never want to get again, is when you start growing the silvers out, you will get a, like, they call it a skunk line, a really harsh demarcation line, I can't remember, where it's more of a line, you know, when you go really white and then you've got this harsh line. When you're growing it out the way I am, because I'm just letting it come through naturally and I'm not touching it, I've just put a spray on it today to see. It's easier to transition than a harsh line, and that's what I would rather do. But yeah, I'm going to see if he notices after, you know what I mean, like. Probably not, but yeah, like I said, it was a bit of fun, and yeah, apparently it washes out, so I'll see what that's like, trying to see if it comes off on your fingers. I don't know, but it was a Morrison's one. But yeah, if anyone's had funny stories with that, but I just thought I'd come on. I don't know why, because it's not normally what I talk about. I don't really talk about my hair anymore because I don't dye it anymore. Going through the silver journey, which is what I'm planning on doing, I'll probably talk more on my hair as I'm going through that transition, as it comes through more. But yeah, it was just funny to see my other hair that I used to have when it had less silver in it. But I like both. As soon as I sprayed it, I was just like, oh my god, it's weird, my silvers are gone. My little silver's coming through, my little god lights coming through, my little wisdom lights coming through my hair, my little lights. But yeah, I don't know, so it's funny. But like I said, I hope you're all enjoying yourself. I can see people watching there. But yeah, I hope you're all getting out in the sunshine. But like I said, weird weather keeps changing. And then we've got all the dandelion fairy things flying around everywhere. Don't know if you've got them around your area, but they're absolutely everywhere. And stuff. But yeah, I'm going to go and get out in the garden. It looks radiant out there. Because like I said before, it went a bit cooler. And the sun's popped out, so bit of reading, bit of art, bit of whatever, and going chilling. A little bit of sunbathing, but I don't do a lot of that. I just catch it as I'm in the garden, but I tend to sit in the shade as well, in and out of it. I don't cook myself, so yeah, I will maybe catch you later. I don't know. See you later. Bye. Oh, I'll just say before I go, remember, ladies, you're feminine. If you're missing any of the things you used to do, do it. You know, there's nothing wrong with showing your femininity. Femininity, I can't even say it in the right way, because I know there's an overboardness out there with the way social media puts stuff out. We know that it's cray. But there's nothing wrong with it, you know. It's just an expression.